what they are doing. So let's say right now it's pretty sunny, still kind of near the end of the day, not dark enough yet to shoot a night scene, but they need to shoot a night scene right now. They go to our soundstage. They're able to control the lights. The tram won't make noise. They won't be able to hear the tram. They're able to have complete control over what the soundstage has. On your left, you're going to see our first soundstage of the day, Soundstage 12. Soundstage 12 is the biggest soundstage on our lot. It's currently home to NBC's hit singing competition, The Voice, with host Carson Daly, coaches Alicia Keys, Kelly Clarkson, Blake Shelton, and Adam Levine. If you take a look at your screen, you can see what other sets have been housed in this enormous soundstage. Frankenstein's Laboratory, Dracula's Castle, Scarface's Mansion, the Top of the Clock Tower from Back to the Future, the Welcome Zone from Jurassic Park, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and Couples Retreat. Now I'm going to go ahead and pause the clip right there. Just take a look at that. I mean, that is an enormous amount of space. We're able to put pools in there, snow, vehicles, a bunch of extras, whatever we're able to do to give whatever scene we're trying to shoot a genuine feel. And I give you a sense of direction of where we are right now. On your right-hand side is the entrance to Jurassic Park River Adventure. So it's kind of surreal to be near the Jurassic Park ride and then 500 feet away from where Steven Spielberg actually shot some of that incredible film. On your left, you're going to see a giant parking lot here filled with trucks, tents, sometimes trailers. This is where we house a lot of sets, working pieces, and in the tents is where we house a lot of live audience members. We shoot a lot of live stuff here. Marlin is a live show that we shoot here, as well as Family Feud, hosted by Steve Harvey, and Steve Harvey's talk show, Steve. All shoot right here on our front lot. In these tents, sometimes you'll see a ton of people just hanging out, waiting. They're just waiting to get the green light to go on into the soundstage and begin filming. Now, on your left-hand side, you're going to see soundstages 17 and 16. Soundstages 17 and 16 hold the set for Superstore, starring America Ferrera and Ben Feldman. It takes place in a fictional big box store called Cloud9. Soundstages 17 and 16 hold the store itself, but the set is so enormous that we had to use a third soundstage. So on your left coming up is Soundstage 21. That is where we hold the meeting rooms, the break rooms, the offices, all the back ends of the Superstore. Now, Soundstage 21 has some historical significance to Universal. That soundstage has a giant pit in the bottom, which we can fill with water. That is where Steven Spielberg first tested the shark for his 1978 classic, Jaws. So it's really a historical soundstage. On your left, you're going to see a post-production building. Now, when we're filming a movie or a TV show, there's 3 stages in production. You've got pre-production, which is the casting, the location scouting, getting everything set for the actual shoot. Then you've got the actual filming, and then you've got post-production, which can be done right here in this building on your left-hand side. We can edit the footage itself, color correct, edit sound, make sure it's as good of a quality as what you see on the movie screen or on the TV screen. Also on your left, you're going to see this giant metal building. That's what we call the mill. We can build sets there. We can build whatever we need in that area. Wheel it on over to our sound stages on your right. Now, this area is called Sitcom Alley. We used to shoot The Jeffersons here. We used to shoot Coach here, Different Strokes. Most currently on Soundstage 44 right here, it's currently home to NBC's hit comedy The Good Place, starring Kristen Bell and Ted Danson. Now, going from one Ted on the right to another Ted on your left, toasting our tour, we're going to be passing some beige buildings here, and this is the area of the backlot that we like to call the bungalows. Now, back in the golden age of film, if you were an actor and Universal pulled you to do a few films, you were contractually obligated to do about 4 to 5 films. So instead of you going from your apartment or your house back to set, back to your house, back to set, on and on and on, the actors would stay right here in these bungalows. They could sleep, eat, shower, relax, do whatever they needed to do to prepare for their next shot. Now that we're not on that contract system anymore, these are now production bungalows for some of the biggest producers, directors, writers, showrunners. Robert Zemeckis, the guy who directed and wrote Back to the Future, directed and wrote Forrest Gump, and directed and wrote the movie Flight starring Denzel Washington, his production bungalow is right over here, along with Mark Platt, Now, Mark Platt is currently developing a big screen production of the hit Broadway musical Wicked, which should be coming to screens very, very soon. You're also going to be seeing a bungalow on your left-hand side, $51.95, with a very familiar silhouette. That used to be Alfred Hitchcock's bungalow. Currently, it is now home to the De Laurentiis Company. The De Laurentiis Company has brought Hannibal Lecter to the big and small screen through NBC. On your left, you're going to see sound stages 23 and 24. These are the newest sound stages on our lot. These were recently dubbed the Will and Grace sound stages, which has been renewed for Season 2 and Season 3. Now, Will and Grace is on hiatus, so they're currently shooting World of Dance out here right now with executive producer Jennifer Lopez and judges Derek Huff and Neo. However, these sound stages might look a little different. That's because the production offices are in the front. Now, when you're shooting a sitcom, rewrites can happen in the middle of filming. So instead of the writers and the showrunners running from the bungalows all the way over there, the sound stages 23 and 24, they're able to just walk down some stairs, step onto the sound stage, deliver the rewrites, and make it happen. On your right, you're going to be catching a quick glimpse of our Metropolitan sets. This is where we shoot the exterior scenes of films and TV shows on a large scale. We're first going to be coming up to Brownstone Street. This is where Mindy Kaling lived in the Mindy Project. This is also where Bruce lived in Bruce Almighty.
Grace the dog!
I'm in the shower!
Inside bad, outside good. Inside bad, outside good. Oh, you're done now. Great. BEA.
Now, as you can tell, that tree he was leaning up against isn't there anymore. But that's because we're able to interchange trees, bushes, whatever we need to do to give a street a particular look. That's what we do. Now, on your left, my favorite part of the back lot. This is Courthouse Square from Back to the Future and Back to the Future 2. Now, that courthouse might look a little different to you right now, and that's on purpose. A lot of other productions shoot right here at Courthouse Square, and it was becoming way too familiar after Back to the Future came out for them to use it. So they put along it what is called a facade. It's just like an outer shell of the building. Now, behind that brick wall is the original courthouse front from the Back to the Future films. Now, it would take... You probably would not be able to go back in time here on these roads you probably would hit about 65 miles an hour, and then you'd slam into something at the end of that street. These streets are very short. However, these streets are slightly curved, so when you're shooting with the right light and the right set, it makes it look like the streets are a lot longer. So if you watch Back to the Future next time and they do that climactic scene here at the end, look at the streets. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about, and you'll be able to tell your friends and whoever you're watching the movie with that you know those streets really don't extend as far as you think they do. Now we are turning on to our New York street, where most recently American Ninja Warrior, who shot their 10th season, will be returning to NBC this summer. Now here to tell you a little bit more about New York Street is the guy who got his start right here in New York, Mr. Jimmy Fallon.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York! I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. What's got mugged over there? An old woman. Tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. Hey, I'm walking here! I'm walking here! Hey, it's cool guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
That's right. We are able to interchange these streets to make it not only New York. This was Chicago.